This is a video to show you how to do the diagram for CPM, critical path method, or PERT. You will always start with the diagram so you understand the relationship between the activities. What we have here is activity A through H, and we show the preceding activity so we understand the relationship between all of the various activities. And so we want to see that visually. Depending on which version of Excel you use, you can go about this lots of different ways. But no matter which version of Excel, there will always be an insert and shape menu. So if you go up to the menu bar, look for the insert, click on insert, and then click on shapes, and that will bring up a menu. I'm using an Excel version for the MacBook, and so I'm going to actually click on the toolbar here, and it brings up my media and it shows the shapes that I can insert into this Excel sheet. I'm going to create nodes, so I'm going to select the circle and I'm going to create these nodes. I need to create one for every one of my activities, A through H. Now I could easily go back and insert another circle, but I find it easier just to make a copy of the one I've already created. So you can go Control C or go up to the menu and select copy, and then Control V or Command V in Apple MacBook. So Control C, Command C, and then Control V, and then I can make multiple copies of this and then drag them to wherever I want them just by hitting the paste command or Control V again. I can also go back and label these appropriately. So I need a node for every activity. This is A, B, C, D. I'm going to pause it here and draw the remaining nodes or insert the remaining shapes and then pick it back up from there. Okay, I have now created a node for each one of the activities and labeled it appropriately. I now need to draw the relationship between these activities using arrows. So once again, insert shapes, or in this case, I'm going to just click on media, and you'll see an arrow command. The arrow always puts the pointer to the end you drag it towards. And so you notice that A and B don't have anything preceding it, so those are our beginning points. Sometimes beginning students may want to establish one single beginning point. I'm going to just leave it as it is and have two starting points. But there's a relationship between A and C. So as we see here, activity A has to be done before we can do activity C. If you just draw an arrow in between the nodes, the arrow will remain the same size, but as you see, I get close to this node, the little dots will appear around the circle. And if I drag from one of those dots to one of the dots on the C circle, that arrow will be connected now. So if I were to move C, you'll see that the arrow continues to go with it. So that's our first relationship. A has to be done before we can do C. D, A, and B have to be done, so we're going to need two arrows here. One from A to D, and another one from B to D, showing that both A and B have to be done before we can do D. E only requires C to be done, so we'll put that in place. F requires C. G requires D and E. And H, our final activity, F and G. And there we have our diagram showing us the relationship between all of the activities so that we can then do our forward or backwards pass.